Sim and Fasten, the ability to qualify for Pro League would be a landmark achievement and really a comeback to form for the guys ZQK, Showtime, Delboni. You know, it's been a long time since they've been at the upper echelons of Counter-Strike, so that's what these teams are fighting for. We're waiting to get these players ready and raring to go for the server, but map number 1 to pick up Flamengo is about to go underway. We'll see how they can fare on their map pick. Can they turn their tides around, their fortunes around, to make it to Malta, to pull one of the biggest upsets to eliminate 0-0 from Pro League contention? My name is Fly, and joined by Cole Exner McHenry. Let's take this qualification match away.
Here we go into Inferno. Very exciting playing field for these two teams. Super excited to see what Flamengo is going to come through with this being their map pick, right? They got to have some tricks up their sleeves. They've got to have some game plan set in stone, so we'll see what they have in order. Right now, opening pistol looks like they're heading in towards that A side, and maybe for the best of reasons. There's a bit of a setup here for 00Nation, but there's not a lot of resources. There's not a lot of names on this bomb site, so they're just going to rely on this young gunfire-powered duo to find the kills.
Smoking towards the hay car. It's going to be a pop out of the apartment. How will it fare? NQZ on the balcony will fall first, and Dumau couldn't find anything. This A site pried apart, and this is just a pistol round. This is going to be a pistol round save from 00Nation. It's that dominant from Flamengo.
Well, there's a nice start. That's a great way to get your round counts going early. Immediately force a save. Get that pistol round going. Flamengo off to a wonderful start. It was the latter rounds that have gotten them, though. So, won't jump the gun too early, but just getting the realization, building that confidence early on is definitely something I'm keeping an eye out for. Can Flamengo, deal with the firepower that these guys have? And it's Dumau and NQZ that are the two to fall on that A bomb site. Now, to be fair, they did not have a lot of resources to work with, so won't fault them too much. Pulse Pop was the perfect read from Flamengo, and the hunt is in a little bit. They're giving it Feels tall to try to find some kills, but if you give these USPs a single kill, that's $300, and that could be a FAMAS in play for Lotto.
Yeah, a bit awkward to start this off. I mean, of course, the high-low setup that Delboni was able to establish by jumping out of the apartment so quickly made it difficult for Dumau to convert anything. But still, a big surprise starting off that with the defense going absolutely cold. Now, a force buy coming in from 00Nation. Again, don't doubt these Deagles. This is I would say one of the deadliest Deagle teams you've got here in South America.
Yeah, you got Taco yesterday landing some disgusting Deagles. In QZ, we know he's precise, and Cold Zera's honestly been doing some good work with that gun as well. So, like you said, deadly with the Deagles these guys are, and they have two FAMASs to couple that, and Lotto and Dumau, who are also very sharp, very concise when it comes to landing those sprays. They test this B site quick, though. That's going to be a great way to avoid all the issues, all the worries of these Deagles. Moving on in very rapidly, but that doesn't seem to be the case here. They're stalling out, and this might be even better for 00Nation. 4 players looking towards that direction. Very rapid rotations available.
And they kind of have little utility. They're going to expend a good chunk of their flashes trying to get up towards middle. And Cold Zera rings out with the first Eagle headshot. Fast Zine out of it, and that's a terrifying sight for Flamengo. Clotheslined and removed. 30 seconds. They've all rotated off the A site, though, Cole. Now it really is only Cold Zera. He's had a highlight or two with a Deagle before. He's really going to need it here with the rest of Flamengo bearing down on the A site. And his team trying to scramble into position. How much can Cold Zera do? An excellent molly in towards that mini pit position. He's burned out in the open, and he's going to get finished off. But NQZ runs through the smoke, gets a Deagle kill, and keeps 0-0 in the round. Grenade? Grenade? It's great. Oh, no! Did Nissan just disconnect? What's going on the balcony? He was just standing still. And Dumau. Such an easy kill. Now Showtime cleans up NQZ, but this could be a calamity for Flamengo. Can Showtime bring it back? A second kill for sure. And Dumau, he doesn't even want to attempt it. He's going to let them have it. A huge opportunity, though, for 00Nation was right in front of them.
Honestly, right there, it's super promising that they still close out that round because Nissim his internet goes out or something, disconnects, and that would have been heartbreaking if that's the way you lose that round. If he's in pit, that makes that post plant all the more easy. It's such a powerful position, but that disconnect, yeah, that's definitely a little bit of lag or something right there. Not a common angle that you'll cover in the post plant.
He's just really hard clearing mini pit. I don't know what you're talking about, Cole. I don't think he disconnected. Yeah, we're
to
in
make sure that they took care of coldzera there. Fair enough, right? But that's a bit unfortunate. 00Nation, they land that opening pick, and I think that they were hoping that would set a hesitation into Flamengo's offense right there. And in fact, they just doubled down. They called their bluff right there perfectly, just running in towards that A side. And sure, coldzera landed a nice shot, but when you're asked of that sort of position with that molly that they threw in mini pit as the icing on the cake there, it becomes a very effective execute.
Yeah, I mean, it's not unreasonable to think that they would fall back from that position just because when you do get that kill in apartments, you think, oh, shoot, now the CTs, they have full apartment side control. There's no reason to attack this A side. There's too many angles to deal with. But I'm pretty sure Fascine heard the fallback from coldzera, and basically that big advantage that a CT side would normally have by having that apartments control was basically given up for free. So Flamengo did double down, and it paid off. Now 0-0 have to take that eco. Good start. This is exactly what they need. They need every early round they can get, because when these gun rounds start rolling around, Cole, you know it's going to get more difficult.
There's no question about that. Once these guys get rifles in their hands, these guys become unstoppable, at least versus this team. Maybe not so much versus Imperial, but hey, it's a new day.
Oh, man. Oh, it's a full B-side execute. Poor Lotto is a stand between all the mollies. Oh, wait, but the smoke, the dinks, the tags on the Showtime. And they've been stuffed early on. A ton of utility had to be burned there from the T side, and one smoke nullifies it.
Wow. High value out of that $300 right there, and the USP just peppering on through so much damage. Now, if you can get that FAMAS on A in time, you can get a big setup going on. Taco's got himself tucked in the corner, and I think QZ able to land a headshot. All of a sudden, this round becomes possible.
Oh my goodness, now another kill goes their way. Dumau has made his way onto the site. The deagle of Taco up close. They're gonna try and hard clear into mini pit. Dumau, it's one. It's 2 for 2. Taco, he's found his impact, but it is only enough for the 2v2. Now, coldzera is in towards that lane side, and oh, Nissim, they know he's in mini pit. They know the remaining positions of these two players, and the dink landed by Lotto. This gets so risky. Showtime's on 13 points of health as well. Oh, Showtime. He's going to start ringing out some shots. That reload being heard towards the back of the site. And the CTs, they have time to play this one out. They can be patient. coldzera out towards lane. He's waiting for that smoke to fade, allowing his teammate to close in at the exact right moment. But Nissim peeks out at the right time. Now Lotto, it's so close. It's so close to a back-breaking round against Flamengo. But 3-0 is the scoreline.
They always get it so very close, don't they? There's been no easy rounds outside of that pistol double kill that has gone Flamengo's way, but what's important is that they're closing out. Sure, it's not building up the excellent foundation of economy that you would hope to see if you're Flamengo, and now you're up against the full force of 00Nation's rifle rounds, which if they can do that in what is a very lacking, kind of quasi-buy with only FAMAS, then sure, they can do that with the rifles, right? If not even better. So the test lies in right now, so whether or not they can start to build into this one. Showtime already taken down so very low by the utility damage. But a nice angle held from Fasten is going to offer up some information. Taco jiggles, but he makes sure not to give up his life.
Tons of information. A lot of footsteps just given away there by Flamengo. Wondering how that's going to tip off the setup for Taco. These two were teammates in a past life. ZQK, though, is out of commission right there. Talking about ZQK and Taco, of course. Both of them were in the Brazilian scene during the 1.6 and Source days. have been opponents and teammates for a long, long time. A lot of history that we've had in this conference.
Oh yeah. So many different legends. Really looks like an Inferno match, though. This is gonna be a save.
I can't
Everyone's
believe
in
it.
T spawn.
Oh man.
4 on 5. To be fair, now at the start of the round, 19 HP for Showtime. Fascine gets taken down low as well.
And no utility as well. Like, they burned a lot
Exactly.
of their gas. So, I mean, it's completely the right play. Well, that was an entertaining round.
I'm telling you, play-by-play jobs are becoming increasingly difficult these days. Outsiders might put you out of business.
Oh my goodness. They're trying to create the color commentator, the podcast meta for Counter-Strike casting. Honestly, I realize why a bunch of Counter-Strike podcasts are named like Overtime on Inferno, because those podcasts are an hour and a half long, and that's about how long it takes to get to overtime on Inferno. So
Yeah, just in even regulation that could be an hour and a half.
it could be a
Doesn't need
regulation
overtime.
on Inferno.
Yeah. They do love to draw it out there. I mean, again, like you said, it's just a disciplined play. It's probably playing the numbers game there. It gives you another chance to buy up in this round with a little bit of extra reserves coming through. So, you know, rather than probably walk into what was going to be certain death, you give yourself another purchase. You just call a mulligan, and you know, they can try and make things work here with a bit of earlier success in terms of not taking a lot of damage to that utility of 00Nation and establishing a foothold.
Yeah, there's a serious problem right now for Flamengo, though. Their utility is already so low. Like, you can throw all the smokes you want on that B site, but only having a single flash and a single molly compared to the CT setup is going to be very difficult. So they might have to just mull around, and another smoke has to be expended. Like, how much more gas in the tank does Flamengo have?
Ooh.
Ow.
Playing out very similar to last round right now, where they try and establish map control here, but they get tossed on back by good utility usage. Although Fascine looking for a sneaky little play out of the bracket side of things. Here's Cold Zero's rotation off and looks for his time to strike, clearing the angles. It's all a game of timing, but Fascine, he lands the headshot there. That could open up some opportunities.
They have to go B, though. That's the biggest problem. They cannot rotate, so Showtime makes his cross in towards the pool position. Pushing forward, Lotto spotted. Oh, but he hits that shot into the Showtime anyways. A quick double from Lotto, and that is round ending. There's time to plan. Wait, Nissan. They're gonna let him. Nope, they're not. And ZQK couldn't hit the shot. He'll be able
Might
to.
not be able to save.
Oh, Taco's not gonna deny it. The op saved, but still, it's painful for Flamengo.
Yeah, super painful. This is a nice opener. This is what we need out of Fascine right there, able to nail that shot onto Cold Zero, but this is sick from Lotto. Again, just a player that's been super consistent. Struggled a bit yesterday, obviously, everyone was, but nice adjustment there. Very difficult to do on a Showtime, and then lands the second kill as the easy freebie one.
Okay. Oh, out middle. What a flash.
Wow.
That's perfect. That has to be premeditated right there from Taco. People don't often go for the peak, but someone just scooped up that op. That's Nissim. And we'll be able to collect the refrag. But I'm not sure how much more the Flamengo got. They're all armorless pistols without a drop of utility. That op has to work magic.
I was going to say, it looks like they know their tendencies right there whenever you go for a flash like that. So a great way to open up proceedings, but as long as you can pick that op back up, then you still can do damage in this round here. That's the big key for Flamengo. You do not want to give them any fights, and dumau's playing with fire here with these jump peaks and jiggles. Nissim, he can be very quick on the trigger there, even with the AWP, so you do not want to give this guy another kill. That's another rifle that could be retrieved. That's another threat in this round that could be offered up.
I think this is going to end in a bit of a bloodbath, though, Cole. 3 armorless pistols walking through the apartment. I think there's like a poem about that. I don't know. But Coldzera with a 30 bullet M4A4 and not a drop of utility. Will Flamengo get the entry, or will Coldzera mow down all three? Oh my god, it got weird. Oh, it's gotten so weird. Delboni got into lane. He took down the player defending, but the bomb was dropped in pit. The bomb was dropped in pit, and this round gets cleaned up. It got a lot weirder than it should have, though.
Yeah, a little bit of a plot twist in that poem right there is the ops do so much damage. But still, it's recovered. The round count increases for 00Nation.
Yeesh.
But not for free. There was certainly a price tag to that one. I think there was, yeah, definitely time to recover the at least a op. Don't really need the double op. It's something you can do, but not going to be the case here. You do have Dumau and NQZ on this team, so maybe that could be something that they go for every once in a while. They're not bringing that out just yet. They're just going to keep the winning formula going right now, which has been NQZ wielding and everyone else falling in line.
So full banana control established. I was gonna get the boost up. This is a nasty setup when you have that full banana control is getting a player car on top of the half wall. That's about it. Now Coldzera tucked away in the corner. New position for him. And a flashbang off as well. Fascine was watching it, but it doesn't matter. Coldzera's going to win the fight, but spot the rest of the team in the meantime. There's still a setup here, though. You still see Latto tucked away in towards this arch position, and oh, he hears the fallback. That's just only going to beckon him forward. Multiple players throwing utility. Easy kill for Latto. Now onto the site. NQZ gets the hold. It's so easy for him. And it's just Delboni in the 1v4. Nothing to be said about that one. It's 4 in a row for 00Nation.
Everyone playing off each other so perfectly right there in that round. Absolutely love to see it with Cold playing in that cubby. Waiting a little bit delayed for that flashbang peek, which is interesting. I haven't seen something like that, but you can see it right here. He doesn't really go initially off the flash because Besson was playing dodge flash. And then Latto immediately with his quick rotations. You talked about how effective that banana control can be, and that's because you can have those really quick rotations towards A, reinforcing the bomb site. And with Dumau's information, Latto's able to extend that advantage that they had right there quite nicely.
Yeah, typically when that full banana control comes down, it's very difficult to take that A site unless you take it, you know, pristinely, like a perfect set piece execute. But it wasn't quite there for Flamengo as well, especially when Latto played spoiler on that so well from that arch side. I think that was the real defining factor. And now Flamengo are down to pistols. No more, well, no more saving. Well, they did have an eco, and it got out of hand. This one looking to be a bit cleaner now that Taco has seen the entire team. So we'll see. But I've seen an op get overrun by a bunch of Tech 9s before. I'm sure you have as well, Cole.
No question.
I've also seen an op get knifed in Palace, but we're not going to talk about that.
Oof. Bad memories.
Of ESL Challenger League Season 43, but anyhow.
On to greener pastures in 44 and Pro League 17 here. As they make their way on in towards 8. Oh, and they're going to get overrun in QZ instead.
No.
He gets nade striked right there, and that's going to be the site fully claimed. Delboni can get the plant down, and those A-side retakes are incredibly difficult. The HE luckily able to equalize, but still there's more that they have to deal with, so much more.
Coldzera ready for player backside. Did he think that nade cleared it all? Could be a defining factor here if Gold isn't ready. The smoke goes in so nicely, though. Nissim walks into the line. Fascine at the back of the site. Well, now they know, and he's headshotted, and the bomb isn't even planted for ZQK. He's getting hunted down. Oh, Coldzera ran out of ammunition, but the USP will do the trick. 5 rounds in a row now for 00Nation. They get a little wild, all right? They keep it entertaining, right? The air of mystery is still there for these rounds, but they're going to get it across the line anyways.
Nicely done. Could work with the damage again. I mean, Flamengo always coming through with some damage on these eco rounds is super promising. It's a little bit less like that last series that we casted versus these two teams where genuinely Flamengo were getting very little. Almost nothing in these ecos and in gun rounds, to be fair. There was just nothing going their way. At least they do have some promise. They have some, opportunities to win rounds in the post plants. It does give you a little bit of faith that it isn't going to be the same exact scoreline, the same exact 2-0 that we got just a couple days ago.
But again, it's only been the early rounds for Flamengo. We have yet to see a true defining round out of them, and it starts off on the same foot with Showtime going down. Now, NQZ, yeah, his shoulder's been potted, but it doesn't matter. He just swings out and takes him down anyways. And now Taco, oh, it's so free. It's so free. The bomb comes spilling through the arch smoke as well, right into the lap of coldzera. Special delivery from Flamengo. Nissim trying to make something happen. Taco, even with utility in hand, it's still a struggle. Out of ammunition. coldzera's going to get the job done, and nothing going right here for Flamengo in this one.
Yeah, the gun rounds are where it's looking so much more clean, which is weird, right? This is where you see 00Nation just lock things down. Everyone is landing kills as well. Look at the feed right now. You've got one from Taco, one from NQZ, dumau at Cold as well. Latto's the only one that's not going to find a kill here because it's going to be a save from Delboni. But nonetheless, he's still got 7. He's leading the pack alongside dumau. So, everyone's doing their job quite nicely at the moment, and there are no big weaknesses. There's no identifiable issues with the current setup, and every time a gun round flows around, it just looks like they're locking things down quite nicely.
Are we on the road to seeing a repeat of day one's performance, just on a different map pool? I want to see something different. I want to see Flamengo really press 00Nation and make this a competitive game, really put up a fight for Malta. Haven't quite seen it yet, Cole, I'm going to be honest.
Saw it in the pistol, saw it in a couple of ecos, but we haven't seen it in the gun rounds. That's a big thing here. Needs to show up. It definitely needs to show up on Inferno. I think they have a little bit of leeway on Overpass. It didn't look flawless, but it did look better from 00Nation versus Imperial, so I imagine they picked into that because they're feeling somewhat comfortable. I don't know. I'm interested to see what they have to show.
I mean, this is the map that they look so good against Fluxo with. So, I mean, I can see the reasoning why they picked this, of course.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Inferno for sure. Overpass, I'm interested from 00Nation, the adjustment on the veto. Seeing how well things went 2 days ago. Inferno. Big weakness in that arch side. coldzera used the ability, though, a nasty off angle. He's good for one, but then done. And so they could close in on this A side.
Things actually do get weird. Yeah, they can wrap around. Library's now clear. They've wrapped the entirety of the site, and NQC's not ready for it. He completely discounted it, and now Nissim even comes out and deals with Taco. Big mistakes coming out from 00Nation, and that's going to cost them this round.
Yeah, easy call to save right now. Latto and dumau going to call it. They still have a lurking player in Showtime. He only has a Tech 9 to lose, so maybe he's just going to swing for the fences here, trying find himself a kill or two. Some economic damage, although there might be guns to retrieve if you were playing a super disciplined game, and I think that's what he'll do. But again, it's these awkward purchases that work so well for Flamengo. They don't have all their tools at their disposal. They don't have everything to work with, but they do have a little bit of firepower on their team, and it feels like when they play like they have nothing to lose, they find these gaps in the defense.
I will say that I think it's a little bit disrespectful from 00Nation, you know, not really respecting the fact that they could go through that spawn side and in towards library. That's how NQZ got picked. He was holding, I like to call it the device angle, where he hit that started off that clip, I believe it was against Vitality on that overpass, Inferno A site, rather. But he was holding that committed angle, and he's exposed from Library, and that was just an easy kill for Flamengo, easy site to take. So, you know, Flamengo do indeed have some bite to it. But, generally said, I'll still say 0-0 are playing the better CS so far. Can Flamengo reverse that?
This push and pull has been super interesting towards Banana. 00Nation have been mobile in this, the way that they've played it. Looks like they've got a lot of ideas for different setups. Constantly throwing them at Flamengo. You know, are they going to take deep control? Are they going to start 3 players there? They've had every last tool at their disposal, so it's been hard to read.
Smoke phase. There's going to be a pop flash. Ooh, I'm not sure if anything showed up on Dumau's minimap, but that was 4 players behind that smoke.
The lack of commitment, you almost guarantee that, right? You would think you would give a little bit more effort there if you didn't see things, and then he immediately falls off. He doesn't want to test the waters versus all the opposition. They still have a molly left in play as well on this B side, so that's just been tossed in, though.
They siphoned out all the utility from the CTs on B. This is the best opportunity for Flamengo to attack this site. For the first time in this game, they're making some inroads here. What can Latto do? A great counter flash that was delivered by NQZ, though. Saves the day. Now, Latto will go down, but dumau, the offering towards the new box is cleared by Nissim. What a shot. Now, NQZ, he's in coffins right now. And he's alone. He's being surrounded right now as well as players are inside of spawn. But Taco's going to help him out, buy him some space. And QZ, though, couldn't hit that shot. Critical now. That could have been the avenue into the retake. But the nades go down, but they're not connecting onto the right players. Delboni and Nissim so low. Well, now it's only them. The bullets need to do the job, though, for 0-0. They need to break apart this crossfire, and they can't break Delboni. Now just Taco. He has a smoke and a kit. How is he going to make it work? Nissim out towards Banana is going to swing before the defuse and catch Taco in the open. A big, big round for Flamengo to really keep them in this game.
That is absolutely massive right there. And there's a couple key details that gave up that round. Dumau, this is valuable information here. You can see Latto doing a good job alongside his teammate, but there's this one play where he's in the back of new box. There's only 15 seconds. Dumau, he could just buy time here. The rotation's coming through. He has his opper standing close by. If you're just able to tuck in towards new box, force him to clear, maybe you can establish a crossfire. That's going to offer you up a little bit more value than just going for that off-angle hold. But maybe feeling confidence, that confidence comes back to punish him right there. And all of a sudden, you got yourself one round to close the distance between these two teams. In Flamengo, like you said, they're bringing in a little bit of a bite here. They're bringing in some fight.
Something I totally wanted to see. I was telling you. I'm a big fan of an underdog story. Keep this one close, and this would be the round that breaks 0-0's economy and puts them in the driver's seat. Get that momentum going. Find that same energy that got your upset against Fluxo.
Super massive. This is the matchup that matters more, right? This is the matchup that has the extra pressure applied to it. Wonder if that'll catch 00Nation in this series. Clear adaptation coming through from Flamengo and the veto. They see it starting to work out in their favor with this T side. If they can win one more round, though, that would be the icing on the cake. That would be the economic break for 0-0.
30 seconds. Here we go. Another A execute, but this time Taco is on the scene with the first kill. And they're all coming up lane. There's a massive setup. Taco almost good for another on the MP9. And there's no oh, but Delboni, that's a massive kill. But the pre-fire through the smoke. Coldzera drops the bomb. It's inside the smoke. Someone has to run and plant that. Now 8 seconds, 7. Who's going to take out Coldzera? Is this going to stop the plant again? No, he's planting on the other side of the box. So Nissim will get it in, at least for Flamengo. But Coldzera still being a problem on the site. Now ZQK out from Graveyard. Almost goes down, but steals the kill. He gets another, and Nissim follows up. 2 versus 3 in a man disadvantage. Now Flamengo are winning rounds convincingly.
Excellent recovery right there. You can see Taco kicking off proceedings. Nearly finds himself 2 kills, but again, they just are able to disjoint that setup. I guess dumau's barrel showing just enough for Delponi to find a kill. The way that they're playing at this post plan, I said ZQK, he's going to need to step it up a little bit with that op. He's going to be able to, or he's going to need to deal with NQZ's counterpart. And right now, that's exactly what we're getting. ZQK's kills that he's found have been absolutely monumental, and that round included. Then you have Nissim, Delboni really stepping up a little bit here in this map, and it's completely broken the economy of 00Nation. They have very little to work with. This is a chance to take that lead, potentially win the half.
And it's their CT side against Fluxo that was by far and away the most convincing. All of a sudden, some faith in Flamengo. But 0-0, they're going to bring some tricks to this round. Dumau pushes through the smoke. He's going to go for the straight up swing, clearing all of bottom banana. Oh my goodness, he has a flank on the entire team. And no one, I'm telling you, no one is looking at him right now. He gets the first, and Taco also found another towards middle. There are huge problems now for Flamengos. It was supposed to be a parade through the streets, but now it's calamity that could beset Flamengo as Taco, almost another, but Delboni deals with them, giving themselves chances, but there's fragmented right now for Flamengo. Delboni needs to win every fight he's given to keep them in the round. And with 25 seconds, they have to beeline to B, but Latto hears this rotation. Delboni getting flanked out, getting tagged up down to 24, and now 5. All dumau needs to do is stop the plant, or just stop the players. They've just won an eco, have 00Nation.
Man, I said this was their golden opportunity. Look at this, though, dumau. Love that he doesn't overplay his hand there as well. He could have committed, he could have gone down, but he makes sure to get out alive. This is the value of it. He's able to deny this bomb plant. Doesn't even give ZQK a chance to clutch that round out, and I said this could have been their chance. It could have been their opportunity to reclaim that lead, but it just slipped through their fingertips right there. Slipped through their hands, and all of a sudden 00Nation, they could be in the ones in the driver's seat at the tail end of this half.
I mean, that was supposed to be the round that propels them in the lead, perhaps a winning half even. But it's back to square one for Flamengo. Lose this, and, well, we could be just seeing a quick 9-6 half for 0-0. That was a huge turning point in this game, and it's fallen through their fingers.
No question about that.
Like, no shame in the 0-0 fans, but I'm a bit of a sucker for an underdog story. I'm not sure about you, Cole.
It's an exciting one. This team in particular, just because of the work that the core has put in. You pick up 2 really strong players, and immediately you make it through the open qualifier, and you add a little bit of spice there with the fact that these guys were kicked into the dirt at the start of this closed qualifier, this conference, and it does really line up to a nice story. But sometimes stories don't have happy endings, and they got to make sure that they're the ones, you know, laughing all the way to the bank. They're the ones laughing all the way to Malta.
Oh, another BXQ at the 30-second mark. Oh my goodness. Latto inside the smoke. First kill on the fast scene. Trying to hop around the site, though. Getting wrapped out is dumau, cleaned up by Showtime. Latto falls the same, and this round might have a happy ending as Flamengo will pick it up and keep this scoreline close. We got a game.
Yeah, what a reply right there. Round 1 off of a nasty execute. You get that front sight smoke down. That really makes the job of Latto a little bit difficult there. He gets flashed up by all that utility as well. And again, that angle, I think, is specifically so that you don't get flashed up by that util. And that's a credit to Flamengo's execute power, the ability in which they have to make sure that all their T's are crossed and all their I's are dotted right there.
And so last round of the half, it's neck and neck. Flamengo, I have faith on their CT side. Again, what they did against Fluxo was pretty remarkable. And so a timeout called in. Perhaps just to restructure, keep those nerves down. It's rare that you have a winning position as the underdog. You know, it's one thing to get a winning position as well, but it's another to hold on and not let your foot off the gas.
Yeah, no question. If you can start to build that momentum, and honestly, they kind of let off the gas for a second there. Whenever 00Nation got onto the rifles, they got themselves 6 rounds in a row. And I thought that that was going to be the start of what we got out of the last series, right? I mean, that was all too familiar. They win the pistol in the first map, and as soon as the rifles come out, 00Nation have every last fight in them to win the rounds, increase that round count. But we do see this little resurgence in the half, and that's a key detail. They're fighting back. They're through, looking pretty good here on Inferno. Again, a bit of a risk changing it up in the veto, going for a different pick than their opening map, but they are the ones that need to change things up. They're the ones needing to take these risks, and dumau taking a risk down banana here, playing with fire, and Showtime going to take care of him.
He fell down off the logs. That was looking like a guaranteed kill, but Showtime stays snappy, but might not matter. They're still going to press gas on the A side of things. They run through the smoke right into the meat grinder of 3 defenders, and this is looking to be a halftime lead for 00Nation. It has to be a 16 HP 1v3 for Delboni.
Seems a bit far-fetched here. Best case scenario, he gets the numbers punched in on this B bomb site and has a chance, but that's being covered now by Latto. He has a smoke though. Maybe he could toss that in. There it is. Look at that util set. Man, he's got everything down to pat.
Site basically clear. Latto trying for the spam, but of course one stray bullet will be the end of Delboni. So the plant is in. Flash on through. Yeah, he is a dead man walking. That is going to be 8 rounds on the half for 00Nation. A lead at least. But Flamengo, we've seen it. They still have life in them. Can they make their map their home? We'll see you after the break. It's 00Nation with a minor lead, but Flamengo certainly looking like they have some fire in them. My name is Fly, joined by Colt Eckner McHenry. Half number 2 of Flamengo's pick. Can they make an upset happen? Welcome to the pistol.
Big question here, and look at this. They're just diving down
Oh,
towards the
boy.
middle, trying to get activated as soon as possible.
All right, Latto up close towards the bottom. A great flash, though, to deal with them, and eviscerated our Flamengo on the spot. BPK will clean up one. Oh, make that a second. Bringing this one back. What started off as a calamity. DQK could make it a reality. Now making his way underneath porch. Anything more? No. Latto on 1 point of health will collect his third of the round. And it puts Delboni in yet another 1v3. He was in that situation at the end of the last half. Now to begin this one, it's just maybe a little bit more possible. Now toying with them. Our 0-0L. That Molly makes life very dull. He's burning down to 31. Yikes.
That's hot. That's hot right there, Delboni. But so was 00Nation in that round. Absolutely loved it. Taco with a nice little flashbang. Super
I almost laughed at that. I was so close to laughing.
But I like that. Taco Man, again, when we talk about his ability, it looks like they're coming into this one with more preparation. I mean, so prepared for that sort of protocol, that sort of pistol being called out by Flamengo, that they just wait. They wait for them to funnel in towards T-spawn, and as soon as that flash from Taco comes in, they all collapse. It's a really good read. And that brings up the question of, is this research being done, some opposition research, or what? Because they look so prepared.
Look, man, if you lose this match, if you're 00Nation, your like pro season is almost over. It feels like you might have a challenger series to look forward to if you can get the invite to that, but like you might be playing against a regional opponent, but this is one of the most important matches, to get you into that circuit overall. So definitely need to put in the work here, even against the underdog to 0-0.
It's gonna give you a jump start in this season. So like you said, you get a chance to take on some of the best competition this game has to offer in Pro League. So you lead into that with some of your RMR performances and all of that, then it's a lot on the line. You want to get this foundation in as soon as possible. You want to get that experience in as soon as possible with some of these newer players. You're bringing in QZ. I feel like this guy's super experienced, even though he's so very young. So maybe that's not the biggest of worries for 00Nation, but there's no question that it's valuable to add, another Pro League season to your tally before you kick off 2023.
For a team that's all about development, they need to do that. But that is not the greatest start to this round. Fascine just ran through the apartments and 1D'd Coldzera. Now, there are problems for this Flamengo defense. You had to invest so much manpower, so many players to that A site that it is only showtime with the FAMAS smoked out at the coffins. So, rolling on in through the B site will be 0-0, hoping for a fortunate kill, but not going their way. As dumau just lined up a triple, making
my
four.
God.
How did he get all 4 of them? I have no idea. Well, that's $2,400 pocketed right there. Easy does it for 0-0, I guess.
That was a force buy, and I want to add to that. That was a force buy and 1 clip of a MAC-10 magazine. He just mowed through them all with 1 clip. That's how sharp this guy is, and it was in such quick succession that I thought that they had hoped for like a split second, and then I see dumau get a kill. I'm like, maybe if they can trade him, there's an opportunity, but then he just finds everyone else. That is so sick.
I mean, I think they just all line up for him. I think they lined up for those last 2 in spawn, lined up for him essentially. And when they're armorless pistols, they're like a paper bag, man, flying through the wind. You can kind of push them around. Too easy for dumau, and that puts Flamengo down to near nothing. Look, man, I'm not really known for my metaphors, so I should really try to stop making them, but...
You know what I thought whenever he said that was the Family Guy. plastic bag reference that I can't even remember what it was, but
I thought you were
it had
gonna go
something
for
to do
like
with the song.
I thought you were gonna go for like Katy Perry's Fireworks or something like that.
That's what it was. It was a play on that.
It was a
It was
play
the
on
Family
that?
Guy
Oh.
reference on the. Maybe even scrolling through too much TikTok lately.
Welcome to ESL Pro League Season 17 Conference.
Welcome to the B
Making-
site.
This one is going to be free. The highlight of this round, how many eats can Taco get? He has a ton of challengers, and, well, he will be bested. So that's about that. And
One
Khalil's
eek.
probably going to be saved.
Singular eek. You always want more than one eek, usually,
Yeah.
typically. If you're good for 2 eeks, that's great. 3 eeks, even better. 4 eeks, you're getting a little bit greedy for my liking. You gotta save some for the rest of us.
Oh, come on. You couldn't have pulled out the cutlery for that one. Sorry, I'm
Strictly
asking.
business.
Yeah, I suppose so. It is that type of match. Do we have a disconnect, or is that the HUD going out? Because I'm not sure. DQK is definitely not on the minimap right now.
He's
So,
immortal.
He's the eye in the sky. No, he is there. Just a little whoopsie daisy. Oh, he was the first person to go down at the hands of Taco. So never mind.
He
him, I
was
guess.
the eek.
He was. He got eked so hard that he had to reconnect. First
Not
gun
too
round coming
bad,
in for Flamengo, though.
Yeah, excited to see this round play out because Flamengo, they probably do need to get those foundations on these CT sides ASAP, and this is a perfect opportunity to do so. It's a bonus. 00Nation coming into this one. They got themselves some MAC-10s, some Gleals here and there, but it's scrappy. It's not perfect, so you need kills like that to take place. Easy does it. Taking those risks, taking those liberties, and Taco gonna get punished for it.
Yeah, not sure. Not so brazen, of course. Maybe he wouldn't be expecting that AWP holding the line, but still on his own, that swing. Definitely a risk taken and a risk punished. And so we're going to waltz back into the B site. Here comes the XU. Great flash on the Showtime, but there's a boosted player up on New Box. But he goes, Water just killed both B defenders. A laser beam. I don't know how.
That's enough to scare you off right there. I would not want to mess with anyone on 00Nation at this point, but certainly not Latto. How did he have time to entry both of those players? I have no words right there, but he gets away with it. That's another big multi-kill in the B-bomb site. This guy looks super comfortable on this map. Looking very, very sharp on both sides of it as well. So, Flamengo left walking away with their hands in their pockets. Looking a bit silly. They had the 4v5 advantage there. The B-side setup was promising. It wasn't perfect, but things were going their way, and then the kills just never followed.
I mean, they had the boost for Del Boni, first and foremost, and then beamed at the back of the site. Finished. Done. Yeah, that just happened. I'm surprised he even... I mean, dumau was jumping through the spawn smoke. I kind of like that move. Distracted the site players enough, but... I mean... Somehow, some way, Lotto has made his way to 17 and 5, just kind of underneath our noses, and I guess it's plays like that that really draw the spotlight onto him.
A lot of really crisp 2Ks going on towards that B side that he was finding. A couple of nice closers there as well. Look at this, dumau. This is insane.
Showtime's dead?
2 mollies.
Or not. A flash up high, Del Boni completely blinds up dumau, and somehow Showtime walks away with his life. He was burning at sandbag, he was getting naded and spammed, but he walks away in one piece. And now, Taco, you're dead. Fasten up top on the boost. And it's looking to be Flamengo's first CT round of the game. Coldzera does not feel like being the next challenger, but he might just have to be if he wants to keep 0-0 in this round.
That's why T-sides can be so difficult. Just one saved rifle round and you
Great flash.
get around like this, but there's a good flash. Nissim going to get overwhelmed and overrun by coldzera and NQZ's combination. If they can find the bomb site, get a bomb plant, that could be huge. ZQK very far removed from the situation, waiting out that smoke, so it's all on the back of Fastin to hold this off.
This is very risky as well. Fastin's alone in pit, no support from the site. Oh, but lining up utility, exposed by Arch. coldzera, nice headshot for sure, but 30 seconds and 9 HP. Bomb not in his control. Everything stacked against him right now. And he's even been spotted going up and towards that apartment's balcony, so really only looking for damage on the back end. Definitely a certain statement here from Flamengo, though. They are not to be messed with.
coldzera could get taken down after time. It looks like that's what they're waiting for, the pounce there. QK. Ooh, diving in. Oh, yeah, I got him. Nicely done. Good economic damage. Now, that doesn't really matter that much when you have so much going your way, but hey, every advantage you can get is something that can get you back in the game.
Yeah, it's not like coldzera was on an eco or anything. Los Buenos was also 1400, so you're not really missing out on much. Either way, a solid enough round there from Flamengo, holding their own towards top banana. 00Nation denied. Good start. Specifically from ZQK and even Showtime picking up that secondary towards that B site. Kind of giving some insight into the plans. This is not what Showtime was up to against Fluxo. He was more on those rifles dominating that top banana area. See a bit of a switch up in the strategy to catch 0-0 off guard.
Fast B approach, but Showtime's been able, rather ZQK's been able to find proceedings here. It's a double up, that's the adjustment. Slight change of play. Surely there's a flash, surely there's some sense of utility coming their way, and there's a lot of utility coming their way.
What a play, what a play! Right now, dumau just runs through the spawn smoke again! What an execute here from 0-0. Get your strap books out here and get copying, take some notes. It's only Del Boni here on the site. Wait a minute, not everything's set in stone until it is. Now ZQK did take down Lotto, but that's gonna call in the save here from Flamengo. There's some beauty and art in that execute right there.
What they did, man, throwing that molly at the corner of
and then
banana,
smoking it.
And then smoking it on the execute. You're Flamengo, you're probably just resting on your laurels there until that molly fades away. You probably wait things out, getting utility out yourself, holding that and ready for the execution that you felt like was sure to follow, but that smoke of the molly, it jumps it just a millisecond, just a little bit, and that's when they get overrun by the utility, the flashes that rained on in. There was no time to react at all for Flamengo at all.
I didn't have time to react, and I had X-ray on.
Faked me out, yeah. I mean, 100%. They exploded so quickly into that site that it was incredibly difficult.
Like Showtime getting ran down and spawned first and foremost. Like, how do you predict that they're just gonna sprint through the smoke as their first choice of action? Timeout called in from 00Nation. This round will break Flamengo and could just win the map on the spot. If Flamengo aren't ready for nifty tactics like that, that could spell the end of them, and I'll be sure that 0-0 have some more cooked up for themselves.
Oof, that's super scary right there. That 00Nation have that prepared. Again, they do have a hefty bit of firepower. They do have players on the server that can get the job done, but when you bring those level of tactics in, it really is impressive. That looks like a little bit of innovation there, a little bit of work being done. It shows that, you know, Taco, he's putting in the hours with this roster, and that's what's so exciting.
I mean, they've had so much time during that off season. You can see the work that's been put in. The complexity of that execute as well is just something to marvel about as well. It's nothing simple. That takes tens, if not maybe 100 dry runs to get that down perfectly. I'm sure Chucky, the coach of 0-0, is loving life right now watching that execute go down, but still need to win this game. Now, you can put all the pretty executes you want. You need to win the rounds. You need to get yourself in positions to do so. Right now, 0-0 putting the pressure on towards top banana, but Flamengo have the setup in place. Trying to go for the full swing, perhaps. Tag landed from that off of ZQK. The re-aggression, the flashback in. That's just going to send 00Nation the other way, though, and this is the right site they want to be hitting with only 2 players inside the pit. This could be problematic. Fasten and Nissim. This duo needs to put on the hold, and a bit of a wall smoke setup now for 0-0. They're crafting all these cool strategies, and it works out wonderfully. It's only Del Boni sprinting through the moto smoke, but he receives a headshot for his effort. 14 now for 00Nation, unless CQK wants to give this a go.
I would be shocked to see him go for this, but he's still hanging around. He has a kit at the very least, but there's no utility. A couple of HP bars and mistakes being made, to be honest with you. Latto could encourage them into this. ZQK making some moves, the smoke to isolate these last 2 players, but there was a gap. Dumau had a slight edge right there, and that's going to lock in 14.
And that's all the money gone, all the guns out of the hands of Flamengo. They had one little bright spot in this half. But overall, it just shows that 00Nation are on a different caliber of team right now. Another beautiful execute, this time on the A site. Like, they're just showing off at this rate.
Yeah, they're strutting their stuff, no questions asked.
Boy. Here we go. Running up top banana. Showtime out in the open. He's able to clean up the kill on dumau, saving his teammate in Del Boni. Man advantage working here for Flamengo.
Great coverage right there. Counter flash could extend this advantage. Nice dodge from Latto, keeping himself alive, keeping himself healthy. Nice Taco. Works out the apartment side of things. They have an opportunity, but CQK still strikes before getting pushed back by Taco.
Taco holding this angle. CQK tries to... Oh, holding that thread. There you go. He got on it first before Taco did. And so that's going to be a 2v5 working. And this is looking to be a salvaging round for Flamengo, keeping themselves in the game.
Back to classics on Inferno, but Flamengo staying afloat for a little while longer. ZQK again showing his ability here to get activated with the op early. 00Nation, I still like their idea. I still like the pace change that they went for with a very rapid aggression towards that B side early on. They don't have a lot of money that they can really throw at this one either on the hunts. In fact, they have just no economic reserve, so these are the sort of rounds that you really just let them save. I feel like it's a bit of an overstep from Fasten. That could get punished in rounds to come. You know, you want these rounds to be squeaky clean when you're in a deficit.
Mm-hmm. Ends. Sorry.
It's a classic. That's my music kit as well.
My music kit? I use the 3 clicks Philip one because I'm a bit of a fan.
Okay.
So, before then, I used the Sponge Fingers one. I forgot what it's called, the New Beat Fund or something like that. That's my one. I don't know if you know what that sounds like. Some people probably do.
I do not. See who's getting the music kits in this round, because whoever wins it's going to be laughing all the way to the bank. It's 00Nation.
Uh-oh.
Feeling super confident.
Bit of a jump scare there.
Playing with fire.
But that's so many players spotted for 0-0 that... Oh, I love this setup. They're faking the fact that they're doubling back to A. While putting on pressure towards top banana, so kind of keeping Flamengo tied down at the moment. Keeping options open. Or 0-0.
Yeah, it becomes super difficult to read rounds like this. Depends on how much of a fake dumau can draw up, because right now it's not all that much. They're still super committed on this 4-man A setup here, and they're positioned correctly to deal with this aggression.
I mean, there's so many nasty crossfires that you have to pick apart, but the smokes can help. Smokes could certainly help. Nissim now spotted out in pit, but they're just going to drop a smoke in here to try and keep him suppressed while the rest of the players leap on into the site. Showtime blinded up. What an entry from Taco. But there's still 2 players in the pit they need to deal with. Fasting up on the balcony. Drops down right into dumau. Nissim, last man in the site, up above the smokes. dumau takes the creative position to get 0-0 closer to map point. And Flamengo, they really can't afford to lose this. If they go for it and falter, they're out of this map. But if they save, they have to win 6 in a row. The scoreline beckons them forward, but the economy wants them to save. They're going to press forward, and they're going to go down. 15 now for 0-0.
That was such a sick execute. You can see this movement from Taco. He's taking a play from Cadian's book here, as that's the exact same strat that they just pulled out over. And it's so sick to see, man. Absolutely lovely work. Taco, again, you can see the effort coming through from this guy, calling in a great execute. That smoke in towards pit is something that you're seeing increasingly more often as well, where it just doesn't allow for that one way to take place. It allows you to isolate those angles better, and pretty sick stuff coming through. Like you said, they can't really afford to lose that round. And look at this, Nissim climbing out towards mid, making it so that at least they get a chance to bounce back.
Oh, no. dumau is using his opponent's smoke right now. This man is such a rat. He needs to get both kills, though. You need to convert them. Oh, no one can convert them. How is this? How is he alive? How is anyone alive? Thankfully, order is restored. But now to the B site. Nissim has gotten some time to get into rotation. He's out towards the first orange's position, and he gets the double, keeping him in this. But, oh, NQZ in a clutch position. This is his moment, his opportunity, as he gets that bomb planted and scopes up, making his way towards the dark position. It's such an excellent position to clutch from. It's fast in, but that flash, it gets into position. First kill in for NQZ, and he gets the next. A clutch for NQZ to close it down. Map number 1 to 0-0.
If that's not a fresh reminder of just 2 days ago, an NQZ 1v2, that I don't know what is to wrap this series up in a nice little bow. What a phenomenal performance from the entirety of 00Nation. But I got to give so much credit to what Taco is doing on the T side calling right there, man. Again, the strategies, the depth that they had going on in so many different executes. They had